now at 6.
Well, Quality Computer Systems has been burglarized before, but what the owner saw on the surveillance tapes this time might surprise you. I'm Chelsea Beinform. Coming up next, I'll explain.
Plus,
a string of car break-ins in Warner Robins this weekend. I'm Zach Merchant. Coming up, we'll tell you where they happened and what you can do to protect yourself.
and
local food banks help to feed their communities every single day. Coming up, I'm Avery Braxton, and I'll tell you how one food bank does it right before they help stuff the truck.
13 WMAZ News at 6 starts now.
Our top story at 6, computers and tablets, certainly popular gifts to purchase around the holidays. But early this morning, it appears two people stole a bunch of those items from a Macon store.
The owner of Quality Computer Systems, Brad Spiegel, says it will set him back about $10,000. But that's not what he's most concerned about. Chelsea Beinform joins us live outside the store to explain.
Yeah, Frank and Lori, Spiegel says, of course, he was surprised to get a call from his alarm system around 2:30 this morning. But what he saw on the surveillance tape surprised him even more. Just before 3 Wednesday morning, the security alarms blared at the Quality Computer Systems on Riverside Drive. The owner says someone broke in through a side door and sliced through 2 walls to get inside the shop.
When I looked at the video, it was a very young man, probably 12 to 14 would be my guess, who broke in here with an older adult male. As owner Brad Spiegel watched the surveillance footage, something stood out. It really sounded like a father-son conversation. He was walking him through how to be able to get through a motion sensor without the motion sensor going off. He was walking the kid through why they're slicing through a wall rather than opening a door. How to remove stuff so that less motion sensors are able to see it. Spiegel says the other voice sounds like it's coming from an adult man, but he never appears on camera. The adult male made sure that he was out of view. The pair took several MacBooks and Android tablets. Spiegel says it will set him back about $10,000. We're a locally owned business. This is not something that's going to be absorbed by corporate. This is absorbed by my family. But in the end, Spiegel says these are just material things that have been taken. He's much more concerned with the young man's future. If you have the ability to volunteer for an organization and give your time as an adult male, whether you're white, black, orange, anything, they need you to give time so that there are kids out there who don't have a male role model at home who really need one.
Now, parts of that surveillance video do show the younger man's face, but since we are assuming he's a minor, we are choosing not to air that part of the video at this time. For now, live in Macon, Chelsea Beinform, 13 WMAZ News.
All right, thanks, Chelsea. If you know anything about the burglary, you're asked to call the Bibb County Sheriff's Office, 478-751-7500.
A series of Warner Robins car break-ins has people in the international city taking notice.
Zach Merchant joins us now live to explain what happened and how widespread the problem is.
Well, the sun has gone down. It's dark out right now, and this is when a lot of those break-ins take place. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Police say it's not uncommon to see these types of crimes spike during the holidays, and data shows that a lot of the break-ins happen nearby each other. Take a look at this graphic. You can see across the city of Warner Robins there were about 30 car break-ins between Saturday and Monday, but some areas got hit a lot harder than others. There were 4 break-ins reported on Southland Station Drive, several more near Marion Way and the neighborhoods nearby, and at least a half dozen in the apartment complexes near Leisure Lake Drive. The big apartment parking lots are a tempting target with so many cars close together, but break-ins don't only happen there.
In my own house, at my house, somebody stole my car. So it's crazy.
Creesha Wilson lives on Brentwood Drive, a sleepy cul-de-sac off of Fagan Mill Road. Her son's car was parked outside the house on Friday.
It was locked, yeah, it was.
When, according to a Warner Robins police report, somebody broke into it, and the family says drove away with the car. You can see it all from the family's video surveillance system.
It shows 4 guys. You can see the 4, and they've got their camera or their phones with their lights on, and no, we were shocked. Seems like so much crime lately.
Now, you can't stop every single crime from happening, but Warner Robins police say there are steps you can take to reduce the chances you become a victim. And most are common sense. Lock your car. Don't leave valuables in plain view. And if you're doing some holiday shopping, don't leave the gifts you just bought unattended in sight of wandering eyes. But still, sometimes thieves find a way. Wilson's son, Cole Simmons, says his car was locked, but it still got stolen.
It's definitely be something I think about every time I park it, you know, something like it can happen to anyone.
Now, some good news for Cole. He says law enforcement tells him that they have located his vehicle. The not so good news, he says they're not releasing it back to him just yet because it could be used for evidence. In Warner Robins, Zach Merchant, 13 WMAZ News.
Thank you, Zach. In the Leisure Lake area, Warner Robins police say they arrested 5 teenagers for breaking into cars. They all now face multiple criminal charges.
Developing now, Bibb deputies investigating a person shot on Montpelier Avenue. Montpelier and Cortland Avenues were roped off with crime tape. We're still working to learn more information. We'll update this story on 13WMAZ.com as soon as we know more.
Well, if you like the cold weather, you, friend, are in the right place. We have it and have had it all day today, barely getting above 50 degrees. And just how cold it'll be, that's up in minutes.
Not sure if we're looking forward to that, but we do need to hear about it, Ben.
Got to talk about it. Yep.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
I said, Dad, I love you and you've been a wonderful father. And the last words he would ever say on earth were, I love you too. To us, he was close.
Former President George W. Bush speaking about his father, former President George H.W. Bush, during his funeral service at the National Cathedral today. We want to know what you'll remember the most about former President George H.W. Bush, his military service, the Gulf War, his family, or his global charity work.
You can vote now online at 13WMAZ.com/vote or on our app. All living presidents were at the service today honoring Mr. Bush before his body was moved to College Station, Texas, where he'll be buried next to his wife at the Presidential Library grounds at Texas A&M University.
Mission complete. The picture that stole America's heart. George H.W. Bush's service dog, Sully, stayed faithful to his owner by laying beside the former president after he passed away. Sully is one of thousands of service dogs protecting their owners and making life a little bit easier.
Inslee Nichols shows you the bond between a man and a dog that the man says keeps him living. It's a story that comes straight from the heart.
Good boy. How's the good boy doing?
Ruger works a 24/7 job. He's veteran David Ballingee's service dog.
He never tells anybody my secrets.
Ballingee has a minor traumatic brain injury. He says it causes him to have short-term memory loss, nausea, migraines, and stress easily. Ruger's job, to help him remember the things he forgets.
I can put him onto command to actually find my wife, and he will sniff her out in the store that we're in.
And calm his stress with lots of loving.
I know that petting me makes you feel better, and having my body leaned into you makes you feel better.
Ballingee says he was on 16 different medications before Ruger came into his life. Now he's on 2.
You can literally smell the chemical differences in my body and alert me to needing to drink water, needing to eat food, needing to take a rest.
An inseparable bond between a man and his best supporter.
Ruger is with me in any time, and he helps to keep me calm, chill me out. I've got a buddy with me that will never leave my side.
The best part of Ruger's job?
Was it Ruger? No.
He gets paid with infinite petting and belly rubs. Ballingee says he couldn't live life without him.
That there's somebody here whose sole purpose in life is to help me, to take care of me, to be there for me.
A faithful supporter for 5 years now, but also an everlasting friend.
That's my boy.
In Perry, Inslee Nichols, 13 WMAZ News.
Now, Ruger is about to retire as a service dog. The normal work span of a service dog, about 5 years, because of the workload they endure every day.
In our 13 WMAZ poll, when we're talking about former President Bush, of course, it was his service dog, Sully, the story was about. Most folks remember his family and his dedication and devotion to them. Well, Baldwin County School in the holiday spirit. Georgia College in Milledgeville kicking off the festive season by helping others in the community.
Superintendent Burse joins us live there on West Hancock Street.
Georgia College is hosting its annual Hanging of the Greens event tonight. The Student Government Association spent weeks decorating the campus with wreaths and lights. They've also got a lighting path going through here right now. Now, they also plan on hanging up some bows and garlands on campus throughout the evening. Now, in addition, they do plan on giving back to the community by teaming up with the Boys and Girls Club to donate some toys to kids for the holiday season. Throughout the evening, you'll see some faculty and staff drinking some hot cocoa, listening to some live music, as well as voting for the best gingerbread house that students put together. So they've got a lot in store for tonight. In Milledgeville, Sabrina Burst, 13 WMAZ News.
Thanks so much, Sabrina.
Yeah, if you want to donate toys, you can drop them off around the Christmas tree at the Georgia Governor's Mansion. That's on Clark Street tonight around 7:30. Around Central Georgia, many getting ready to join us in stuffing the truck tomorrow.
And after the break on 13 WMAZ News at 6, we're going to talk with one group working to help families put food on the table. Welcome back. Food banks in Central Georgia are crucial in the battle against hunger. Now, tomorrow you can help provide ammunition for the fight at the annual Stuff the Truck event.
Avery Braxton went to Milledgeville today to check out one service that partners with the Middle Georgia Food Bank to make sure hundreds of families are able to avoid going to bed hungry each week.
Tomorrow, many in Central Georgia will help to stuff the truck. That gives food items to the Middle Georgia Community Food Bank. And that big singular push will help local operations like the MIA Food Bank put food in the bellies of their communities every single day.
Yes, thank you so very much. Okay. May God bless you.
Sharon Ingram is just one of many volunteers at the MIA Food Bank in Milledgeville.
I love working with people and I love helping the community.
The food bank has been in Baldwin County since 2012 and is one of the Middle Georgia Community Food Bank's main partners in Milledgeville.
With them working with us, we was able to purchase a reefer unit where we're able to now go pick up the food personally and go directly to the community if needed.
Because it keeps the food refrigerated. The partnership even allows MIA to buy food directly from the Community Food Bank's warehouse and order in bulk online to dole out later. The MIA Food Bank volunteers walk right up to the car, give them one bag full of meat. Here you go.
Thank you.
And another bag of assorted items.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You have a great day, all right? They feed up to 300 families a week.
Even when we are not giving out food, coming up that know us and recognize who we are and thank us. And that makes me know that, hey, we did something good to help everybody.
They're hoping for a large crowd for Stuff the Truck, but Maddox says feeding the hungry is an everyday job.
The need is there. Because you see one time it does not help. We always need community partners to come in and partner with us and make this happen.
Now, Timothy Maddox says the MIA Food Bank will help to stuff the truck tomorrow, and I'll be there as well at the Milledgeville Walmart on North Columbia Street. Reporting in Milledgeville, Avery Braxton, 13 WMAZ News.
I, of course, will be in Warner Robins tomorrow, and Ben Jones is going to be in Macon. So you can come out, help us stuff the truck. We are partnering with the Middle Georgia Community Food Bank and the Center for Collaborative Journalism to stuff the truck.
Of course, your help is what's going to make it happen. 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Canned goods, other non-perishable items. Lori just told you the spots. Zebulon Road Walmart in Macon, Watson Boulevard in Warner Robins, and Milledgeville in North Columbia Street. Volunteers and 13 WMAZ staff will be there to make sure your donations get into the truck.
We would love to see you tomorrow. Okay, up next, we're continuing to see how our Central Georgia teams are getting ready for their shot at the state championship.
We're heading to the Valley to check in with the Peach County Trojans as they get ready to head back to the Bends. All right, Peach County Trojans have won 3 state championships, state runner-up 5 times, including last year's heartbreaking, controversial loss against Calhoun. Well, the Trojans are back again, this time ready to bring another title home. Marvin James talks to us about their quest to add to the Peach Trophy case.
Almost a year ago to the day, it was the incomplete catch heard around the world of football in the state title game between Peach County and Calhoun. The Trojans ultimately lost the game, but didn't lose the fire to keep them motivated for the ensuing season.
Well, it didn't end like we wanted it to, but you know, our kids have came a long way this year. I mean, we lost some really, really good, talented players last year. It took a while to get them going, and You know, I think we got hot at the end of the regular season, and it's carried over into the playoffs, and I think our kids are playing extremely well right now with a lot of confidence.
The players didn't have to go far to find the motivation. There's a life-size mural on the wall in their weight room that pretty much sums it all up. And the boys, well, they stayed hungry.
After last year, everybody just had a chip on our shoulder, you know what I'm saying? We came to work every day. Coach always talked about to keep last year where it's at. It's a whole nother year. You know, we had to have some guys to step up. I just like how we all came together as a team, you know what I'm saying? Everybody working hard out there, every day pushing to get better. We know where we had to get to the promised land. That's what we call it, Mercedes-Benz, get to the promised land.
After a 13-2 finish in 2017, the Trojans followed up with a 12-2 record to date, dominating region play and the playoffs with victory after victory, including a big revenge win over defending state champs in Calhoun. Defensive coordinator Lee Campbell knows firsthand the struggle as a former state champion head coach as well.
It's very difficult to get back, and we had a lot of injuries this year, and we've had a lot of guys step up, you know, next man up, and our guys have really done a great job filling in and really hustling and playing with a lot of passion.
So come kickoff on Tuesday, it's hey you, get out the Trojans' way. In Fort Valley, Marvin James, 13 WMAZ Sports.
Oh, Marv has a way with words. That game will kick off next Tuesday at 1 o'clock. The Mercer women will welcome the Florida State Seminoles to Hawkins Arena tonight. And FSU guard Narja Woolfolk, who played high school basketball at Peach County, will be making a homecoming. The junior has started every game for Florida State so far this year, second in the team in minutes played, averaging 13 points and 4 rebounds. Tip-off tonight, 7 o'clock on the Mercer campus. Marv will have the highlights at 11. Ben, I'm not sure there are a whole lot of weather highlights. Are there coming up?
Some lowlights. We've got that, yeah, because it's going to be cold. 53 was the high today. Coming back, let's talk about this cold rain for the weekend. All righty, you might have noticed it's a little cold outside. Well, it gets colder as we go through the coming hours. We'll try to see if we can get to 50 and above, but a couple of models still showing some upper 40s. But I think we'll try to get to maybe around 51, 52 in a couple of places we can get there. And then we'll see some 50s, a little bit warmer on Friday if you want to call it that. But then back to the cold stuff and the rain. So really just a raw weekend, one of those where you kind of, it's a perfect weekend to sit around the fire watching Christmas movies. Just go on a marathon. Yeah, all weekend. We're back after this. That's what the Joneses will do.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here tonight at 11.
And remember, the news is always on at 13WMAZ.com.
Evening news is coming your way next. We'll catch you later on tonight.